Hi, everyone.
Morning.
So I'm sad because, well, I'm sad for you because it was Damien Edwards before and now it's me. So it's not a hump, it's a downhill. So right now I have two talks today, plus the panel maybe if I'm invited. And this morning is about Bootstrap, from Bootstrap to Orchard. And I'm sure most of you know Bootstrap better than me. So if I do any mistake, if you can help me, if I have any question, please speak up. And I might have to call Philippe also, because he's Bootstrap on Orchard. I'm just trying to make it work. So why Bootstrap? Bootstrap is a CSS framework. And if you're not using a CSS framework in your website, you're wrong. And I take an example, if I can.
GeoCities?
I could also go on sebastianross.com. You see, it's beautiful. It's responsive. And I think, no, it's not using Bootstrap or any CSS framework. So that's wrong. I could take some other examples. I could take Orchard project, which is not using Bootstrap, and I'm not sure it's not even responsive. I could take gallery.orchard project, and guess what? It's not using Bootstrap either. So yes, you're doing it wrong, and I, or we, sorry, but it's I will take it on me, doing it wrong too. We are not experts in CSS, and the CSS frameworks will let you reuse all the expertise of these experts. It also gets reset CSS, the goal being to harmonize all the browsers with defaults that will be the same on everyone. It also has typography rules so that every font size is correct and is visible and is nice, and line A, the spacing, how many charts in a line, how many rows per page, whatever. This science, I don't know, but they know, so they make it by default good. It also contains a lot of Web UI design patterns. So usually when you go to the Get Bootstrap website, you look at what's available. Oh, they have buttons, and they have primary and secondary colors. They have labels. They have this kind of forms. This is how you should do your HTML. So it guides you to define your HTML. And it also gives you some IDs. So when you don't know how to represent something, you just go on the website, look at what's available. Oh, this looks nice. This should be fine with my list or my carousel or whatever, and you just pick up from there. There are also some websites which will give you some predefined templates for specific items in Bootstrap. It's also responsive. Very important. You don't have anything to do. You resize your screen, and it adapts automatically. And you can even customize how it adapts. And there is consistency. So using a framework, you will be guided to create your HTML, your CSS. Sorry. And I will close it. So Scott Hunter is the program manager of Facebook, the full web in Azure, and Damien Edwards manager, and he will talk this afternoon about future ASP.NET, and yeah, asking a question. I didn't even see the question, cache or something like that. So consistency, so that all your website will get the same look and feel. Okay, when you navigate and you create your new pages, you will get the same look and feel in all your pages. And reusability. So when you create a new website, you can reapply the knowledge you got from your previous website on a new website. Or even if they're completely different, it's the same CSS framework, the same HTML you will be able to reuse, so it's easier to create new websites. what is the true reason to using Bootstrap? Okay, this was just bull, whatever. It's easier. No, because everyone chooses WordPress. Okay, why do you use WordPress? Because everyone uses WordPress. Okay, so let's do the same. That's easier. That's less risky, no? Isn't it? Well, you all use Orchard, and most of you, I'm sure, also have used WordPress because everyone uses WordPress. So let's use Bootstrap because everyone uses Bootstrap, so they must be right. If everyone does it, at least if I'm stupid, I'm not the only one. So we can. Okay. You feel more confident. I use Bootstrap. Why? It's cool. Yeah, look at that. Everyone's using that. Yeah. Buy an Apple. It's the same thing. Mac, an iPad, whatever. It's cool. So, but sometimes there is a reason why everyone uses that, and so you have to bootstrap the fact that everyone uses it. Okay? So that must be a reason for that. So why make a Bootstrap theme? Because what I will show you today is how to make a Bootstrap theme or a theme based on Bootstrap. Lots of reasons, okay? A slide is not sufficient. It will be full of stuff. Pull out Bootstrap assets automatically. By making a Bootstrap theme, you don't have to copy-paste all the files, all the less files, the CSS, all the assets every time you create a new website. A theme in Orchard will help you for that. Have a Bootstrap compatible layout. So that your Orchard layout will be already compatible with Bootstrap, will adapt in a responsive way. You can handle the different zones. You can have the styles already applied to it, so you can, again, reuse even more things because you're using Orchard. Make Bootstrap customizations easier. So, for instance, you want to create a new page and you want to apply or to create a new zone somewhere. With your theme, you will be able to do that. Or you will be able to add some custom properties in your theme to drive your theme for a specific website. And what I will show you is how to inject, for instance, custom CSS or HTML wherever in your layout using a custom theme. Let web developer apply their knowledge to Orchard. So you might have some designers or people knowing Bootstrap and don't know Orchard, and then you tell them, oh, just make me a template or a view using this set of classes, and this will be easier for them. Make Orchard more appealing by default, because you know Orchard is ugly, and it's slow, complex, and ugly. Okay, no one wants to marry Orchard. You almost have. I have married Orchard. And when you set it up by default, it's not that nice, okay? Yeah. This is a big difference with WordPress, for instance. When you install WordPress, it looks nice, so okay, I can deploy it. Orchard, when you set it up, you don't want to deploy it, okay? And there is a reason for that, but that's also not good for Orchard. So if we had a Bootstrap theme, we could make it very appealing by default, and maybe people will push it more often on the web. Low friction based theme. Having a Bootstrap theme will make will make base theme easier to create, or new custom themes based on this base theme easier to create. Don't worry, guys. I will talk about your stuff. Okay, all of you who create themes like that. So the idea will be to make a theme like the theme machine, but based on Bootstrap. Let's call it the Bootstrap machine. For the guys who know, it's TBM. Remember, everyone was, what is TBM he's talking about? Or in every Tuesday meeting, they could see my custom branch, which was private, and they saw TBM. What is that? That's the theme. What does it mean? And they, yeah, the Bootstrap machine. That's it. Why another Bootstrap theme? There are maybe 57 Bootstrap theme on the gallery. 5.7, maybe, I don't know. Why a new one? So the existing ones, the well-known ones, the Lombic one, PGBD, pretty good base theme. Pretty good? Yeah, it's based on Bootstrap. That's the base theme. That's kind of the goal of what I'm showing right now, okay? So why do another one? Let's see. Another one is Philippe Seneschal's one, PJS. Oh, sorry. I switched to a French accent for some time. PJS, not PJS, okay? PJS.bootstrap. Let me show you something quickly about this one. So if I go in the gallery and I look for Bootstrap, because this is what you should, well, what you will do first. 3 results, okay, nice. There should be more actually. Where is it? Oh, that's why. Wow. There are 2 sections. More, okay, 14. The old ones. And this one, okay, from this is not the latest one. So there is a Bootstrap and a PJS Bootstrap by Philippe. Okay, Philippe is here. So you all are using his stuff and some more stuff. Piotr Dabrowski has done one. Bind a lot of them. And if I go back on the themes page, and it's ordered by number of downloads. Okay, this one is the most downloaded because it's one of the first on the gallery. And it looked fine, so it has the most downloads. And Bootstrap is 4th. And it was maybe released, let me see, not that long ago. Yeah, 1 year and a half. Yeah, 1 year and a half ago. And it's the 4th theme on the gallery, which means it's growing fast. And on top of that, it's not even the good version. There is another version of the same theme somewhere. Should not be far away. So the PJS one, let me go back here then. Nope. This one is the correct one to use. So if you add the 2 download numbers, this is one of the most downloaded theme. So people care about Bootstrap themes. Okay, they just go, okay, is there a Bootstrap theme that I can reuse, that I can use directly in my website, in my Orchard website? So that's pretty important to have one. And they are very good, and because they are very good, I will not use them. I have a tendency of redoing everything, and you hate me for that, okay? But there are some reasons. I will explain you why. So I made a theme, a Bootstrap theme, for the weblogs.asp.net. And there were different reasons why we could not use an existing Bootstrap theme. We needed some customizations, okay, that were not in the existing theme. So for instance, we could have extended them, but there were some things in the theme that we didn't like, we didn't want, and it could have been a performance issue for what we needed. We don't need a feature which is doing database queries, and we have to pay for that, but we don't use that. So okay, let's delete that from the theme, and then yeah, maybe harder than after to maintain. So one reason was that. On the other side, if you take the pretty good base theme from Lombic, it was completely empty. There was nothing. So I was like, it's good. It's a base theme, okay? That stuff. So it was like, why have a dependency on something which is a base theme, and we'll have maybe to integrate into core. We'll see, and if it's not adding so much value. So these were some reasons of why we do a different theme. And we also needed different options, parameterizations from a dashboard perspective, so that every user in our blogs could create their own customizations. Philippe has something like that, where you can select some boot swatches, custom CSS files from the bootswatch.com website. I will show you later. And but these options were not sufficient for us. We needed more flexibility to be able to inject anything in that, CSS and JavaScript, something like that. So because our customers were ASP.NET developers, they know their stuff. Okay, so I think it's fine to have lots of Bootstrap themes because they will target different customers and they have different priorities, even though they are based on Bootstrap. Let's say all the themes are based on HTML, and we all have different themes. It's just HTML, but why? So the difference is better. And maybe we might want to put some Bootstrap theme in the core. So For that, it has to be very minimalistic. If we have too many features in the base theme in core, it could be a burden for lots of websites, or people who say, I don't want that. Maybe that's what we want. We want in core a theme which is already done, finished, and polished, and with lots of features. I'm not sure this is what we should have. We can talk about it. We'll have time to talk about it. Yeah, this is not meant to be a final one. Philips theme can be used like as is. You install it on your website, and you will have a nice theme, Bootstrap theme. You can customize it. You have kind of swatches. You can choose different options of themes, layouts, and everything. And I think if we add a Bootstrap module in core, it should not be a final one. It should be a base theme. So you can reuse it in your custom theme, because every website should be different. Best practices. So I will talk about Bootstrap, less files, CSS, and best practices. First, use the source code, not the CSS files. If you look at some Bootstrap themes on the web, on the gallery, you will find that they use, for instance, the bootstrap.css file. This is a bad practice. You should always use the .less files from the Bootstrap. This is my opinion, but I think this is the right opinion. Otherwise, I will change my opinion. Deploy your own compiled and minified CSS. By using the less files, you can add more customization to the less files and generate a single file. You don't have to use a base bootstrap.min file and add another CSS. And you can also, with less files, .less files, you can customize what's in the initial files. You can also change the variables by customizing the previous web files. You can use mixins if you use the .less files, which is a way to improve an existing class with some other properties from CSS. And also, you don't change the Bootstrap source by using less files and by adding new less files. And by not changing the Bootstrap source, you will be able to reuse the updates from Bootstrap. So if Bootstrap creates a new version, you just update the base ones, or sorry, the source ones, and you don't have to change your code. You can redefine variables. I already talked about that. You can change the source code. And I can do a demo about that. I think this is all for the slides. And I will show you. So it will be more a tutorial about creating a website based on Bootstrap. So you will see, you will be able to get some information about creating themes and how to integrate Bootstrap, how I think correctly. So first, I will need Visual Studio. Let me close that. Okay. I have Visual Studio running, and I have an Orchard website running too. Okay, it's a default Orchard instance, the default theme. And if I want to create a new theme in Orchard, the easiest way is to go to the theme folder. And here I can see, refresh, there is nothing here. Nope. I can see the theme machine. This is the one I'm using. And I can just copy paste it and give it another name, the Bootstrap machine. Okay. First thing to do is to change the manifest. So the manifest is a text file explaining this thing is a theme. The authors, description, blah, 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 blah. Awesome, okay, I will say that. We've never changed this manifest file. Nobody complained. You still see the previous authors and descriptions and awesome. That's fine, nobody's bothered about that. And the zones, and I will keep the same zones. And that's it, I have a new theme. So if I go back here, the project is updated, so it will restart the app domain and reload. You see it's very fast. I don't know why Steve is complaining. I have nothing, no, it works. Maybe it's his machine. And if I go to themes, I will see a new theme, the Bootstrap machine, and I can set it as a current. And if I go on the page, interesting. Control F5. OK, cached. You know, I worked before. I prepared the session, so still some cached value. Look nice. Okay. So this is using the new theme. Okay. So now, if we want to use Bootstrap, the first thing to do is to download it. So I will go to Get Bootstrap, download it, and I will download not this thing, but, well, maybe. Let's see.
You wanted to use the last, didn't you?
Wait. You see how wrong it is? The default download is the CSS one. No, we want the source code. So, and in the source code, we can take the less files, these ones, okay? And I will take everything here. Let me see, I will extract it first. Okay, and then in my less files, I will take everything. And in the solution, I will add under styles a new folder named Bootstrap and put everything here. Okay, it's there. You see the little plus here, pending add. Actually, it's integrated into Visual Studio, so if I save the file, it will generate the CSS file and the minified file too. I won't save this file because I just want them to be kept as less files. And this site.css, which contains everything from the theme machine, you see, kind of a grid system too, typography, everything you need to lay out the zones. This thing I'm deleting, okay? And I will actually delete the file completely. Instead of that, I will use a less file. It's there somewhere. I don't really need that, but it's there. Here, you see? And I will call it style2. Okay. Okay. Simple one. If I save the file, and I wait, you see it generated the CSS file corresponding that, the corresponding CSS file, and the minified version. Which means if I run my website again, I can close that.
What's generating those CSS files?
An awesome plugin. You can ask which one. Web Essentials. So if you go to Tools, Extensions and Updates, you will see here Web Essentials. This is the plugin I'm using. I'm using a nightly build because Mads Christensen suggests to use a nightly build, and it works always better. It's always better in the night. So I didn't say that. Okay.
How do you get the nightly build?
Web Essentials, nightly, boom.
Yeah. Letting me Google that.
Sure. And you see here, set up the nightly builds. You add actually a custom NuGet feed, which only contains that, and it appears automatically in a specific section, and that works great. So by default, my CSS is empty, so this is the HTML I get without any customization. Now, I will say I want to use Bootstrap. So in .less file, you can say import, and you pick another CSS or less file. So here I will go in the Bootstrap folder and use the bootstrap.less file. Okay? This one is also a set of includes from other files. So if I go to the bootstrap.less file, you will see that this one is actually including all the other less files. Okay? So now I'm importing this file, and I save the file. So if I go in the style.css, I will see the generated CSS file. Okay? And I will also get a min file automatically. So I can work with the style.less and save when it's done, and automatically I will get it in the browser. So if I hit F5, Control F5, if it doesn't want to work, maybe it's not style, but site. Let me check. Maybe I site.css, and I called it style. Okay. No, not an issue. Control S, F5. Boom, done. Thank you. See you later. That's a Bootstrap theme. That is actually. This is a pretty good base theme, no, isn't it, Zoltan? This is what you did. This is what you did, no? How long did it take you? And I had to talk. Imagine if I didn't have to talk. Kidding. They have more stuff than that. Okay, I'm just, you know. Zoltan, I like you. Nick? Oh, Nick is not here.
Oh, he's there.
Is he?
moved.
Where is he?
Nick's the other
Oh,
guy.
Nick. Oh, I like you too. Okay. Oh, no. He's very jealous. He's very jealous. Yeah, I know. So I'm. So this is my theme. Now next, what we need to do is to organize our Bootstrap zones to make it look like a Bootstrap theme. Okay, like the Bootstrap theme, like you know, everyone knows. First thing, which is the full content has to be in what we call in Bootstrap a container. So how we do that in Bootstrap is we go to the layout page, and in Orchard we will see that each zone is a specific div or container, and here in the layout content, and let me show you something first. I want to show you the theme zones. So this is the zones, and you see not this one. I want the other one, this one. So what I want here is that this part with the aside first content and aside second will be centered. Right now I'm fine with everything else to be in the layout mode, like taking the full horizontal size, but this one will be centered. And I will also center the triple first and second and third, because this is where my current widgets are and I want it to look nice. So to do that in Bootstrap, you go to the layout main container, which is the div around this zone in Orchard, and we will add a class named container. And just that, I go there. Now it's centered. Okay, this is the goal of the container, to center things. And I could do the same thing with the triple. And if I go to triple container, so there is a triple container, this one, I can add the Bootstrap class container. And now it's building, and now it's centered, okay? The navigation is very ugly because Bootstrap expects some classes and custom HTML also. So what I will do is just take one that I did for the main website. Where is that? Here. Bootstrap, this one, views, and I will take the menu and the menu item, which I will show you what it is. It's very simple. I'm just sparing that. Less file, and I go to in the themes, the Bootstrap machine, views. There is nothing for menu and menu item. So what it's doing in the menu, you will recognize here some Bootstrap construction, and it's also here. It's not, yeah. It's also, I think, adding a drop-down somewhere, a drop-down class for the admin menu. And in the menu item, it's adding the active class to the current link in the menu, and a drop-down if this menu item has children. Okay, this is what it's doing based on the current, on the default template in Orchard. So just that, I've added them to the folder, so it will be picked up. I might also add it here. Doesn't matter, but okay. Save everything. F5. So now the menu should be better. Okay, the menu is better. This thing here is a specific shape that we inject in the theme machine. We don't need that, so I can just remove that. It's called the branding. So I will just comment it. F5, Control F5, very fast. And now it's clean. I have a clean Bootstrap navigation. This is the same content on the server side. I can sign in. I can see my content here, which is centered. So fine. Now, what I want to do is, so in Bootstrap, this thing should be a row with the maximum size, for instance. And this thing should be one row with this taking 4 columns, 4 columns, and 4 columns, because a row in Bootstrap takes 12 columns. So what I just have to do is here, the container, this thing will be a row. The triple first will be called MD4, which means, if you don't know, there are 4 different sizes in Bootstrap. The XS, very small, SM, small, the MD, medium, and the LG, large. And by saying MD4, if it's in a medium size and above, it will take 4 columns. Below, it will take the full line. So here, that's fine. Same thing for the triple second. And here. Save, refresh, super refresh. Works, OK? So this works. And this is what you should not do. If you are doing it this way, you are doing it wrong. Okay? And let me show you how you should do that. So someone knows. He knows because you wrote about it. How should I do that?
Zone helpers to generate classes.
No. Mixins. So you don't specify the Bootstrap class here. This is bad. You actually inject it. So what did I do here? So I remove everything. OK, remove everything. Save. And in my site.less file, I will actually do another file. Oh, sorry, I will keep it there right now. And I will say the layout main container, this thing, is a container. And I just say dot container. I can say the layout triple container is a container. And I can say my zones, which are, this one is a row. And I say make dash, make not make row? Should be make row, we'll see. And I can also say this one, triple first, like this. Dot make dash. It doesn't find my Bootstrap. OK, I should have IntelliSense, actually. Make col. Oh, it's there now. OK, make MD colon. And I will say 4 columns. So let me check this one, because now IntelliSense is built. Make row. That's fine. OK. And I can do the same thing with second and third. Save. And while I'm saving, it will build
parentheses for make row.
No.
No?
You will see that. That's a good comment. I made the same comment myself when I wondered if there should be parentheses or not. Control F5. Maybe?
You're putting a layout triple container instead of layout triple.
fine. Okay. Yeah. You see, it works. So you need parentheses if you have parameters, actually. If you don't have parameters, you don't need parentheses. But I had made the same comment myself. So now this works, and I didn't change my layout. Okay. It actually added all the CSS styles that you need for a container to be a container to this class. This way, you can apply it without changing your HTML or change it in a very specific location and have much more control on that. And do it more quickly, like, oh, I want to change it to 2. Save, F5, boom, 2, okay? So there are lots of advantages to that. And this thing, I can externalize it to a dedicated file, too. So I can say now, I need a new item. Let me copy-paste it. I will call it layout.less. And say my layout will contain just this logic. And side.less will import Bootstrap and layout.less. Okay, I save it. My layout is saved. Well, it doesn't need a CSS now anymore, but I don't care. Site will be built. I hit Control F5. And it's there. Or did I cancel my layout change about the branding? Yes. Okay, done. So now it looks good. Okay. So this is how you define the containers, the rows, and the sizes in Bootstrap. This is how you should do that. When you can do that, there are some times you can't, and I might talk about it. But usually, if you can do that, do it this way. Now there is a specific thing which is I forgot to actually define that my layout main container should be a row. You will see why later. So main should be a row. Layout main should be a row. So this thing and layout main should be a row. And that will do it. Now, so if I go and I authenticate, and I want to create, oh, it's broken, sorry. My menu is broken. I will fix it later. Right now, I will go to admin. I need the JS file from Bootstrap too. I didn't include it. So if I go to widget, and I want to add a widget on a side second, for instance, on the right, I will add an HTML widget, and the title aside second. Okay, some content. Save. Okay, I go to the website, F5. Broken. I broke everything because this thing is a row, and this has to go on the other side. So I will change that, very easy. I can say layout main is a row, fine. Layout main contains my aside first, then the content, then aside second. So I will say the content will be of size make MD, sorry, dot make MD, what is that? Make MD colon, and I will say 3, and no, sorry, 9. And I want my aside second, aside dash second. I think that's it. Aside first, blah, blah. Aside second to be 3. Okay, I save, it computes the file, Control F5, and now that's fine. And now I will break it again. If I add aside first, HTML widget, save, broken. Okay, so what I need to do, you get, is add a 3 colon to aside first. I will do it because it's not lost. I will reuse that. Make colon 3, and my content now is 6. Again, one row has to be 12 columns. 6, 3, 3 makes 12. So first, second, okay, F5, it's fixed. No, it's not fixed. Oh, this is my HTML maybe here. Let me see. Yeah, it included too many things. Update, save. The copy paste was bad. Save. F5. Okay, fixed. But now if I remove a widget, again we are broken. Okay, so the idea is that it has to adapt automatically the sizes of my columns based on the presence of other columns. So how someone could do it is in the layout, check how many columns are visible, and then compute the number of columns that each column needs to have. And again, I think it's wrong. And you can do it in less files. So instead of computing them dynamically, there's the fact that the theme machine already had this logic in mind. And if I look at the main container, you will see I have aside dash 1, 2, which means aside 1 and aside 2 are visible currently on this page. And if I hide one of the columns, so I will move aside first to disabled, okay, here. You see it's broken. But if I look at the classes, I have now aside dash 2, which means only the aside second is visible and not aside 1. So I can take advantage of that. And how you do that in less is by saying this content will be 6 only if we are in an aside dash 1, 2. So you can do something like a dash, dot aside dash 1, 2. You can say, there are other syntaxes to do that, but you can say something like this. Layout content will be 6. And if I have aside 1 or aside 2, it will be 9. Okay? And I can also say the default will be 12. And I save. So this way, I hit F5. It works with one column. I go there. I remove a side first. Sorry, I will hide it. I will hide a side second. So move to current layer. Boom. Now my main content takes 12 columns. And if I do both of them, so I move them to the home page, move here, and move here. F5, it works too. Okay? And my HTML is exactly the same. It's just my CSS, which, well, my CSS is also the same. It's just the rules based on different contexts will adapt the size of each column that we need. Okay? And the HTML is pure. There is no Bootstrap information. There is nothing about Bootstrap in my layout. Okay? It's completely independent from Bootstrap. So I could even reuse the same logic or the same layout for Foundation if you want to use the Foundation CSS framework or any other framework you want to use. You don't need to change the layout to do that. And for triple first, it's exactly the same. Right now, triple columns, they are all 4. But if I hide triple second, my first and third should take the full size. So I can also do the same thing for this. And it's very easy. The only thing you need to do is to apply the same pattern everywhere. So I will keep it this way because we are late. So this is the first part just to show you how you should use less files. Let me see if I need to jump over another section, which one I should ignore. I will just show you now how to create customization in a theme. Everyone got it? That's fine? Interesting? Now, let's say you want to customize your theme by various variables on the, oh no, I want to show you something first. Sorry, this is important. I will go to Bootswatch, bootswatch.com. And Bootswatch is a set of predefined Bootstrap themes, so less files and CSS files. Let's say we want our website to look like this. You will usually take the CSS file, but no, now you know you have to take the less files. So I will download this variable.less, it's number 5, and this variable bootstrap less number 5 too. Show in folder. This one. Here. And I will put them in my style folder. And I should have a variables.5 too. Broken. No, it's back. Variables 5. Here. So I will rename it variables. So what is contained in these files is some custom Bootstrap customization in this file, and custom variables like colors and sizes and everything. And what I just need to do now, because I copied it, I just need to import them on top of my current less file, so bootswatch.less and variables. And now if I go to my website and I hit F5, I should hit Control F5 actually. But it's already there, okay? It works. I still have all my logic about layouting the columns and the sizes, and I also get now the content size from the Bootswatch and the colors from the variable, okay? So this is how you can customize it very easily with a Bootstrap. And this should work with any other Bootstrap theme, minus the fact that the other Bootstrap theme can also come with custom HTML, custom tagging. So at least you will get all the CSS for free and the implication. Time for more? So quickly, I will just create some extensions to the theme just to show you how you should do content custom options in a theme, customizable themes. So to do that, I will create a part, which will be a settings part, and this part will be called Bootstrap settings part.cs. It will also let me show you for the first time ever how to create an info set part with 1.8, because you have never seen that in real. So I will create a public string called custom top, and the get will be return this dot retrieve x dot custom top. Okay, and set will be this dot store x dot custom top value like this. I'm missing something. Oh, return. No, I'm missing nothing. That's fine. Okay, so that's good. So this will say when you want to access custom stop, retrieve it from the document container, and when you want to assign it, save it in the document container with the same name as the property. That's what it says. And this way I can save without any record. So if you don't need to query on the data, I don't want to query on that. I want it to be loaded automatically with my site settings. I just create a property and say that, and it will be automatically saved and stored and retrieved from the document object. And let me go faster. I will copy some files here, which are ready. I will copy the handlers. This handler will, let me see I will change the namespace. So this handler will just say, attach this part to the site, always. So attach this part to the site. And then if you want to edit this part, you will use this file as the view, and this is how it should look like in the admin menu. So very simple, and I will copy paste also the editor templates in my views. Here. So the editor templates is just saying when we need to, let me check that, I will remove everything which is unneeded. Custom top, and this is themes. That should work. So custom top, save. And what do I need? Also, right now it should be fine. So if I go to my admin, and I look at my, oh, didn't pick up. I need to build it maybe, because there is new code. If it builds, I say system web. So now it builds. If I refresh, very fast, too fast. Ah! It didn't pick it up. Site, Bootstrap. Bootstrap site settings, that should work. Well, it doesn't work. It's not a huge issue. Or let me check in settings maybe. If I made a mistake, no. It should appear there magically because we have said the get item metadata. Yeah, I don't know why right now. So the idea is when you have that, automatically you will get an editor in a new link with a text area. The text area will be being described here. And because it's a site settings, from your document or layout or anywhere, you could say, I don't have a document here. So you could say, let me show you document.cshtml. Not this one. This one. Here, because you're in document, you can say var settings equals work context dot current site, and the part is attached to the current site. So you can say dot as, and the part name, I should make a reference to that, Bootstrap settings part. And then with settings, you can say, I want to inject here. You could say html.row settings.custom-top. And this way, you will apply in your HTML something that a user can change from the admin to customize what you want to render with the website. So you can add some CSS logic. You can add some JavaScript files, some other CSS links. And that's how you will customize it with custom parameters. And the nice thing with that is there is no other queries which is needed to the database. There is no, so you don't, there is no impact on the performance because whenever a page is rendered, it will load the settings. So if you have all this customization in the settings part, then you will have it for free. There is not a single query. So it's very important for the performance. Otherwise, you will impact it. So that's about it. If you have any question. Thank you. It was awesome, I see.
Thank you very much.